And good morning. It is 22 minutes after 8 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from Kiwanis Club here of Roswell, we have Laurie Schotz back with us. Good morning, Laurie.
Good morning.
How are you today? How's your Monday?
I'm going pretty well. I was telling you, I believe there was a fire on Rural 13 on the west side of 285. So I had a little detour this morning.
Scenic route to get to Roswell today.
It's been adventurous to get to Roswell today.
Well, you're hoping to see the world a different way this morning. And
it's a Monday, right?
That's right.
Let's go with the week. It's all going to be different. I love it.
Good deal. But, well, first, before we talk about coming up, did you get a chance to do fair stuff? How'd you go?
I did not do fair stuff.
Okay, I know you're busy with a lot of stuff. I didn't know if you get a chance to pop in for a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of times I would do it after work and just go in. But there was a lot going on. I ran the farmers market, as you know, down in Artesia.
Saturday,
and we had the big wrap-up party this weekend.
Okay. So are they done for the season?
We are done for the season.
And of course, Roswell just finished theirs this past week as well. So if you missed it, you're going to have to wait till next summer.
Right.
To get
you're going to have to sometimes some of those vendors, that's not at some of the holiday things, but it won't be the same.
Go to Grace Farm.
Yeah,
you can get your fix there right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or if you're in Artesia, go to Bozano's.
Yeah, there you go.
They have their pumpkin patch.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's going out there.
Hit them both. You can get that way. You come, depending where you're coming from. If you're Artesia, go there first and hit.
And that's what I used to do before I ran the market. I'd come here first thing in the morning, do shopping, and I'd go out to Belzano's and do shopping. And sometimes Fostering Lives Matter had one, so I would stop at all three.
Yeah.
Then go to the thrift store, and that was my big Saturday.
Yeah, well, that's the way to do it. That way, and you get the best of everything, and you get to support these great local stuff, and it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was I had a very good weekend. I was very excited we did a potluck for our people. So, and I've never heard of a farmer's market, like inviting the vendors. We also had a project at the community garden, so we invited all of those people to come too.
Yeah.
It was a really special day. Until the Browns lost, then it wasn't so special anymore. But I don't get it on my TV, so my brother's in San Diego.
Okay.
He doesn't want the Chargers because they moved to L.A. Right?
So
they're like, are you watching the game? And I'm like, no, I'm listening to the radio.
Yeah.
And I have it on my computer so I can see the little the computer was quicker. Mm-hmm. I knew when they were calling the play how it was going to end.
Oh, okay.
So that was kind of interesting,
You're
right?
Of them, yeah.
Right? And my brother
start making bets with him.
I'm going to FaceTime you. You have to watch the last 3 minutes. Well, they didn't put the phone in a sturdy place, pointing to the TV.
So you're seeing everything.
So it's like this. They're holding it, and I'm getting motion sickness.
I'm about to throw up here.
Right. Well, I wanted to throw up at the end anyway, but that's okay. It was a close game. It was a good game. I'm from Cleveland, and my brother has lived in San Diego for about 40 years, and he's still cheering for the Browns. So they did a nice job. They beat themselves, as I think when they lose, they always do. But that's what football is.
At least you have a team worth cheering for. For many, many years, Cleveland's just you got to love that team
because then we get first round choice in the draft,
which they screw up every year.
Exactly. So after the first 4 games, you kind of know which way you're cheering.
In theory, Cleveland should be the best team ever because they've had more first round picks than anybody out there.
I know. Detroit's getting kind of close. Detroit's getting close. So. But anyways, I had a lot of fun, and I got to spend time with my horse,
good.
And so I had a really great weekend, and happy to come back to work to be productive.
By the way, Cleveland's a great town. I've been there and got to tour and see it out. Great food. I mean, obviously you got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Football Hall of Fame's about 30 miles away. Blah 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 blah.
And Canton.
Yeah, Canton there. But yeah, it's a great town. It's a great little town. They got a beautiful downtown area.
And the flats are really popular.
They're right there on the lake there. It's really great to go down there and hang out. The stadium's nearby there too. I think it's all
the
right
only
area.
Big city that did a revival that actually worked.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's the only one. So I'm real proud of that fact. Of course, we are the mistake by the lake that burned.
It's a great town. I go check it out. It's and if you want to get obscure history and nostalgic. All the Christmas Story House and all that's there in Cleveland. You can go find that and go tour that.
Or go see the Guardians.
Yeah, the Guardian. There's all kinds of
because Chief Wahoo is no longer allowed.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but it's right downtown.
We're the Guardians.
Yeah. But we'll talk about Cleveland another day here. So.
And I lived in Chicago and was a Cubby fan. So to be a Cub fan and an Indians fan when they both went to the World Series, I didn't care who won. I was cheering on both sides.
You're just like, I'm just going to get a hot dog and I'm good to go.
Have a beer, have a hot dog. I'm good to go.
Well, you too, listening, equally have an awesome chance to see a great show here.
Yes.
November 6th, if you're a fan of Simon and Garfunkel, your Shangri-La is here. Swearingen and Kelly, they do a tribute. I say tribute because that's not really an act. I always feel a tribute of dead people.
Right, a lot of people think. So, a salute to, maybe.
Salute would be a better better word.
It's called The Music of Simon and Garfunkel.
Yeah,
so it doesn't even say salute or tribute, but it is the music of Simon and Garfunkel. And no, Sean, it will not just be Paul Simon, because you can't do Simon and Garfunkel, as you stated, without the Garfunkel.
Exactly.
He's already mad at Simon. Let's not get him more mad, right?
What, you want him to fight on stage too while we're at it? We can make it a real show if you want. Get it real, but no.
But I think what everyone needs to know, this is kind of a cool dealio. So it is a fundraiser. All of the proceeds are going not to the person that put it together at all or the organization, but to the two that are spending the money to get them here, which is Kiwanis of Roswell and also Roswell Community Little Theater.
Yep. We're doing up for this one.
Yeah, we're doing a silent auction. We're doing a wine poll. I don't know if you ever have seen one of those.
How's that versus like a tasting? A poll.
Okay, a poll is they're in bags. You can't see what kind of wine it is. You don't know if it's red or white, sweet or dry, or maybe even a sparkling white.
Okay, but it's all good wines.
There is one bottle that is worth $50.
Okay.
The rest could be anything from $2 Chuck, which is now $3 Chuck.
Okay. Inflation.
Right, or just any other kind of wine.
All good, tasty wines. But it's not necessarily the rarer wine that is the $50
unlike
bottle.
a silent auction where you can make a bid and you may not win.
Okay.
You pay $20 and you go pick any bottle of wine you want.
Okay.
Then what's kind of cool is, I like dry wine. You might like sweet wine.
Sure.
I pull the opposite of what I want. You do too. I don't know you, but I'm going to go ask you, do you want to switch?
Oh, a little swapperooski. Yeah, absolutely.
So it's kind of, they can make, people get to meet each other.
Force you to talk to people and meet new people and get get some good wine.
No matter what, it's the fundraiser makes $20 a bottle of wine. So that's the point.
I think the fun part would be is that whoever wins the $50 bottle of wine, open it and let's compare it to the $3 Chuck and let's see if you can tell the difference here. I think that'd be very cool.
That's a whole nother fundraiser. So we have those things going on the night of the performance, but I've had several people come to me and say, I really would like to go to the show. I'm not going to be in town. So here's just money to buy a ticket. Okay, well, that means the seat's going to be empty.
Sure, we want butts and seats.
But Kiwanis has, if you are interested in donating to the all-inclusive park with a focus on autism, we are doing a golf ball drop.
Okay.
And on the same day.
So you can donate money there.
So give me your money and I'll get you some tickets. Okay. And then you at least have a chance to win something. Yeah. And the seat's still available at the theater for those that can come that night.
Yeah, if you really feel obligated buying a ticket, then put a butt in the ticket and say, hey, I bought my friend a ticket so they can see the show.
So if that's not something that you can do that day, but you want to be supportive, give Eddie Kiwanian a call or give me a call at 513-8119. Right now, I have more money for tickets than I have tickets. So I have to go pick up more tickets. I have people's names who gave me money so I can go ahead.
So as a fundraising event's working great, but as a show, you're like, I'd love more people to come see the show.
Exactly. So, I was a little worried about doing it both on the same day, but I think it's working out.
Good.
That if you can't come see the show, but you believe in the project, and I'm sure if you would like to donate to Roswell Community Little Theater, they're raising money for a roof.
Yeah.
And that's super important in theater. Or in any building, right?
Well, and it just to peel back the curtain, pardon the pun here a little bit with the Community Little Theater, it's all their own thing. They have a great board and a great group, but that building is all on them. They have to pay they bought that building. They bought it because it used to be the old Park Twin Theater back in the day for movie theater back in the day. But they bought it before it got tore down or whatever was going to happen to it, and they've turned it into this great facility that it is here. But guess what? They've just coming out of 2 years of COVID here where they couldn't do shows. Donations are great, but they dry up in pandemics and things because people have to pay, they got to cut back on the charity because they got to pay for real expenses and things.
Mm-hmm.
So money hasn't been coming in as well. By the way, the roof continues to deteriorate and things. They've been doing. I mean,
doesn't stop just because the pandemic is here.
They're doing everything they can to keep it going, but they got to bring some money in. They got to bring some money in to get this thing. That's why, hopefully you got to enjoy the shows this weekend. If you didn't come out for the farce.
It's this weekend as well.
Unnecessary farce. I couldn't remember unnecessary.
I know it's Scottish. I'm going this weekend because I'm Scottish.
They got one more weekend of that,
Yes.
and then of course they had to preempt the second weekend of Bye Bye Birdie due to illness a couple months ago back over the summer. They're now going to have that second weekend. Not this weekend coming up, but the weekend after that, and then right after that is our Simon and Garfunkel show here. So these are the best way to support the
Simon and Garfunkel is not community theater folks.
Oh,
it is a professional group coming from Knoxville, Tennessee.
Yeah,
going to be flying in.
They've dedicated their lives to study Simon and Garfunkel.
And last month they were in Albuquerque. Awesome. And I didn't know they were going to be there, but they were there, and they enjoyed their time there, and they're looking forward to come back to New Mexico. So they're all over the United States, a professional act, and tickets are $28 for general seating. Mm-hmm. And this is something new for Roswell Community Little Theater. The seating chart is online, so you can choose where you want to sit. Because we have a VIP section as well.
Absolutely.
And that section is $40. And you
get some extra perks with
that. Yep, you get a little food, you get some drinks, you get to meet them before the concert. A lot of times there's a meet and greet after, which they will do, but you're going to get to meet them before.
Sure.
First dibs on the wine pool, first dibs on the silent auction. And we have our Circle K kids because it's college kid level.
Okay.
They're coming to run the silent auction.
Awesome.
So they'll be in the house. And then we have a young gal that we've been working with here. She's 14 years old. She's been at all the farmers markets. She came to our farmers markets, and she was the former our Diamond Miss. And she is just fantastic at volunteering. She's downtown all the time. Because I, unfortunately, will probably be on a walker at the time, I'm not going to be able to make it up the stairs to introduce the act. So she's going to be the one that brings them on stage. So we have all these facets. And
get you a scissor lift. You know how they have the hover round?
Yeah.
But add a scissor lift feature to your hover round. She's having a hip surgery. It's planned.
I might be able to come up the stairs. I'm not sure yet.
Thinking, how cool would that be?
Yeah, right.
And all of a sudden that thing goes up about 10 feet in the air.
And there I am. Hey.
I want to break a hip just to do that.
No, you don't.
Probably not, but in theory I do.
So, and then I also would like people to know because of the Kiwanian Day last week, we got 2 phone calls of people that were interested in coming to the Kiwanis Club. They were interested in our project, wanted to help.
Good.
So if you are interested in being a Kiwanian and helping us raise money for the all-inclusive park and other projects that we do around town, we meet on Tuesdays at Cerritos. And your first time that you come, I think it's your first 2 times while you're trying to check us out, we actually pay for your lunch.
Yes, you get free lunch. And then
Tuesdays, and it's the 2nd and 4th Tuesday of the month that we meet. So it will be tomorrow. If you're listening, come on out to Cerritos Tuesday at noon and see what we're all about. We'd love to have you.
And they got great food too. So even if it's not your thing, worst comes to worst, you just got a free good lunch.
Right. You go, I'm not about this.
I do want to ask, with the Swearingen and Kelly concert, the money that you got now, is all of that going directly to the inclusive park or just all of the other stuff that you do? Just everything that Kiwanis does?
The fundraiser, the concert, it is for exclusively the all-inclusive park.
Gotcha.
We'll split the proceeds with the Roswell Community Theater.
Theirs will go to their programs.
All auction, all stuff. We think we're keeping it easy by doing that.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, all the money that we raise on that day will be for both of those organizations. But it'll go for the all-inclusive park.
For folks that don't know,
the golf ball drop is going to be a little for the park and a little for our general fund.
Excellent. And for folks that aren't familiar, outside of this, the Kiwanians do a lot with, particularly our youth. Getting resources, dictionaries, things like that for our youth. I think, is it 3rd graders?
Yes, it was 4th graders. I believe now it's 3rd.
They all get dictionaries and things in school. Their first ones from and it's Kiwanis that do all of this, and they help a lot with that. So rest assured.
We have a lot of we have 2 key club And those are high schoolers. So we send them to conferences and
Sure.
leadership programs.
Scholarships and things like
yes.
that. Yeah, absolutely.
So
that's part of it,
that's a big
too.
focus for us as well. We're like the mothership of them. We're
Yeah.
like the parents. So it's nice to see these up and coming leaders, just like Leadership Roswell. It's the same type of thing that we're trying to develop them into good leaders for the communities that they end up in.
Sure. And in case you haven't noticed, one of the staples that's always been something is Kiwanis pancakes, and COVID's hurt that the last 2 years. So Swearingen and Kelly concerts, things like that, are more important because we can't do the pancake breakfast and things that traditionally are staples for Kiwanis and the public. Support this. Come out and participate. Get you the VIP passes. Let them wine and dine you. Come and have an awesome show. But please come and donate that money and come out to the show. Have a great time. And at the same time, know that while you're enjoying your wine and having fun, you're really
helping a great cause.
helping kids in our community have access.
And again, if it's not your type of music, or if you just aren't going to be in town that day, the tickets for the golf ball drop are $10.
Yes.
That will happen in the morning. So we will know the winners. So it'd be great if you did both, right? And you might be a winner, because we can announce some of the winners at the show.
Okay.
But it's $10. People do it a little differently. What we're doing at Kiwanis is the closest ball to the target wins. If no one has purchased that number, we will go to the next ball.
Next closest.
So there will be 6 winners.
Someone's getting money.
Right. The club is not going to keep if we don't, no one bought that ball, we're going to keep that. No. We want to be real clear about that. Either way is great, the way you run it, but this is the way we've chosen to do it.
Sure.
And we had donations were given to us for the prizes. So it's a $600 cash prize for number 1, a $400 cash prize for number 2.
Nice.
Roswell tire gift card for $250.
Nice.
There is LGS Guns and Ammo, which is a $250 for 4th.
Sweet.
$100 at Target and $50 at Cattle Baron. All donated to us.
I can do some van damage with all those.
Kremlin Auto Group was one of our biggest sponsors. So thank you to Kremlin for all that they do for the community and for the golf ball drop.
Absolutely. They're very much involved in many things.
So $10 to get one. Most of my people are getting 2, 3. And I had one gentleman. I went to Indiana. So see, you can sell out of state, right? Because it's just a cash price.
Sure.
And I had met him one time. I was a Kiwani there, and I went to that club's meeting. And he's like, well, Laurie, do you have 10 tickets? And I said, yeah, but they're only $10, so you want one? And he's like, no, I want to get all 10. And I was like, what? So that's what kind of started me down the road of, hey, I can hit all my friends up all over the United States.
Sure. Absolutely.
To help us out. So you don't have to just be from Roswell or Artesia or New Mexico.
So if you got friends and stuff like, or family out in Pittsburgh or whatever, and you're like, hey, you want to get in on this?
I had a girlfriend that got married in Indiana, and I bought her 3 of them and said, put it in her card and said, you might win.
Give me $10, you might win 600. You never know.
Right.
Either way, you're helping out a great cause here.
Yes, and you can buy those from any Kiwanian, or at least ask for them, and they can get you a ticket if they've sold out of the 10 that they were given to sell. But, of course, we would love you to come out for a great night at the Roswell Community Little Theater on November 6th. There is a 2 o'clock and a 7:30.
Yeah, I was about to say there's a matinee and an evening performance. So if you're like, I don't want to be out 7:30, I want to be at home, watching TV. Awesome. Then come out at 2:30. And then maybe have dinner afterwards, or go to lunch, and then go to the show
and
afterwards.
That's what's happening. I sold 7 tickets this weekend in Artesia, and that's what all of them are doing. They're coming to the 2 o'clock, having a little bit to eat, and seeing the show, and then going out to eat in Roswell, and then they'll go back to Artesia. So
brilliant. Do lunch and dinner. Go have lunch, go to the show, and then about dinner time after that. Go get dinner. I like the way they're thinking.
If you can go online to roswelltheater.com for your tickets. It is very easy to use the website.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any problems, please call that number, 575-513-8119. I can either walk you through their website, or what I have been doing is purchasing your tickets for you.
Gotcha.
And telling you, what seats are available. And they give me my credit card, and I just go right on the computer and do it for. So if you need a little extra help, consider me the box office, the live box office.
Mm-hmm.
They have a box office that will take your message, and I'll get you those tickets. So we don't want to lose any ticket sales. So please, if you're having trouble, please give me a call or go online. It is very easy to do to get your tickets for that event.
Absolutely. And I will also tell you this, if you've never been to see a performance at the Community Theater, there's not a bad seat in the building.
No.
It's much like the Ocotillo. Seats about 200, kind of an intimate setting, but every seat's great. A great view of the stage, great access to the sound and everything else. So you don't have to worry about getting a bad seat there.
Right.
So.
And we have saved, like I said, what we consider the best seats for VIP. And you can't purchase them, and if you hit them, it's going to say $40.
Gotcha.
And that's fine. If you want to pay $40 and not come to all the extras, we're good with that too.
Sure. But you're
it's just that we're
shortchanging yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
We're just trying to save those seats for those people that want to step it up a little bit in their donation. It is not the first 2 rows. Might not even be the first 3 rows. A lot of people think that is the best.
Yeah.
But when the seats are dug in, like at the Ocotillo and here,
Sure.
you're going to be looking up.
Yeah, you get a little crane into the neck there.
Right.
And all
So we've
that.
tried to do it so that we pick those best seats. There are several aisle seats still available. So if you are big, I need an aisle or space next to me. We have wheelchair capacity.
Yeah. But
So all of that can be taken
easily
care of.
accessible through
Yes.
there. It's
Yep.
they got a great facility there.
So please give us a call, like I said, at 513-8119 or go to theroswelltheater.com to get your tickets.
Can they call that number too if they can't track down a Kiwanian to get
Yes.
tickets for the golf ball
Yep.
drop? Okay.
Yep, that
And again,
number is
that'll take-
universal.
Or if you were a Facebook user, there Kiwanis of Roswell
Yes.
has a Facebook page. Shoot a message there. Say, hey, I heard you guys have tickets for the golf ball drop. Who can sell me some? And you'll probably get plenty of responses.
Right. Yes. Yes. Stacy and I are in charge of the page. We'll be like,
But
how many can I get you?
But again, get your tickets for that. That'll happen the morning of November 6th.
Yes.
For the golf ball drop, and somebody's going to win $600. Somebody's going to win $400. Somebody's going to win $250 in tire rewards.
Yes.
And what was the other? Target $100, LGS
Gun shop,
$100, and $50 from
Cattle Baron.
Cattle Baron. So
and the drop will be at noon at New Mexico Military Institute. I have a
Okay.
friend that graduated from there, and he says, do not call it NIMI.
no, they I tell people if you got to say it, say NMMI. Do
Right.
not call it NIMI.
So that's why it took me a second. Remember,
Yeah.
I had a hard time with Roswell Community Little Theater last week. I got that down now. So now I'm working at New Mexico Military Institute.
And it's sometimes RCLT doesn't flow out when you say it. Like if
Right.
you try to do the shortcut there. So.
Yeah, so they're going to be at the golf course at noon. You can go and watch if you want, but you do not need to be present at all to win.
Sure.
We will contact everyone.
Wear a helmet if you want to be present,
Yeah.
just in case of
Yeah.
an errant golf ball.
It is our first.
Maybe there's a smile on the ball, sends a little errand. Who knows?
Twing! But yeah, so just to let you know, that's at noon. And then at 2 o'clock, we will have our first concert start. And at 7:30 will be the second concert. So that's going to be a really busy day for Kiwanis.
Yeah.
But we're hoping that we've hit everybody in a way. Maybe you can't afford $28 or $40, but you can get one ticket for $10.
Sure.
So we just hope that
Absolutely.
everyone comes out.
Everybody, and then who knows? Maybe you win the 600, and then you can buy a ticket.
Yeah, that's right.
I was looking at the day of the show, but
That's okay.
We'll figure it out.
We'll get you in. We'll figure that out for sure. You can still come to 2 o'clock, and I'm sure the 7:30.
Yeah, it'll be, and trust me. And here's the thing too: if you're younger and you're like Simon and Garfunkel, I don't know about. Odds are pretty good.
You know their music.
They've influenced, and just their influence. I mean, even if you don't like their brand of music, the music they've made has probably influenced your brand of music, if that makes sense.
Have you ever heard Disturbed?
Yeah.
Do the Sound of Silence?
Exactly.
So
yeah.
cool.
They've got rock influences. They've got, even R&B and country and hip hop. You hear their influences in there. I mean, I don't know. Folk music isn't quite descriptor of Simon and Garfunkel, but that's the closest I can think in my head.
It's like a cross between folk and pop of their day,
Yeah.
of the era that they were in.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Because they're like Dylan, even though Dylan
Sure.
can't. I don't think Dylan can really sing, but they're the same.
it
kind of
evokes
thing.
the same type of feelings
Yeah.
in the music.
And I don't want to say
everything.
they were protest songs. They were songs that meant a lot to the younger population in the day that are still transferable to what we're going through presently.
Yeah, a little bit. It's a full circle moment. In some of this
exactly.
stuff. Absolutely.
Everything old is new again.
Yeah.
So,
by the way, I get the old is new, but when I was at the fair this weekend, I got a lot of people watching in, and some of the 80s fashions are starting to come back. Please don't make that happen. They were bad then. And,
I like big hair, though. I would like to go back to big hair.
I'm good with. But some of the shirts and the colors and the way
I heard that like
wear,
elephant bells are coming back.
And I'm like, they were ugly back then.
I don't know. What is the straight? They weren't called straight leg jeans. They were recently.
The skinny jeans or whatever.
Skinny jeans.
Yeah.
And I went to Ireland and every guy had them on. And I'm here to tell you, gentlemen, they do not look good on anyone.
You look bad.
It looks awful. Those straight, no.
Yeah. Well, you got to find a medium because those look bad, but the uber baggy 90s are all equally bad. Yeah, just get
We wore pajama bottoms as pants.
Yeah, the skids and all those.
And we ripped our sweatshirts and hair was big. That's the 80s I remember.
I remember like younger 80s people were into like more leathery parachute pants at the beginning.
Oh, parachute pants were big.
The leather with all the zippers and all that. Mm-hmm. That was kind of the early part of the 80s.
Michael Jackson with the leather jacket.
Till about 86, 87, and that started fading away into more of the culottes and and
that's I'll date myself. That's my college years, and I went thrift shopping, so I could fit into my mother's 1940, 1950s like dresses.
Like I think mid 80s was when all like the neon colors and all that started.
Shoulder
popping
pads.
Yeah.
Like I need shoulder pads and be any taller than I am.
Yeah, and well, the one that got me was that for a minute there in the 80s where everyone was doing the cool fold of their pant cuffs.
Yeah.
People are doing that now. That's coming back.
I remember slouch socks.
Yeah.
So I had slouch socks on in Tucson, Arizona, and the person I was dating, who was a little bit older than me, said, "Oh, do you need me to buy you some socks? The elastic is out." And I was like, "This is the style."
Right? I'm in fashion.
I'll never forget that because I was like, "Do you think I just walk around with like socks that don't?"
Like,
anyway,
you get your socks.
Unfortunately, I married him. That was the problem. So.
Well, I don't know. I'm just saying, be careful with some of these 80s fashions. We don't need to bring them all back. But again, if anybody wants to learn more, get your tickets. Again, go to RoswellTheater.com. Again, that's spelled theater with the
R-E.
With the live theater, not the movie theater
Old
spelling.
English. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or you can call Laurie here direct at 575-513-8119, and then look for the Kiwanis of Roswell Facebook page if you have any questions there. Say, hey, I want to get tickets to the Swearingen and Kelly show, or I want to get tickets for the golf ball drop, or when you guys meet again, I want to go. All that can be answered through there.
Yep. So,
good deal. Did we get it? Did we get everything?
We got everything in, but one thing that has nothing to do with Kiwanis.
Okay.
Just so that I don't know if anyone would like to drive from Roswell to Artesia on a Sunday morning, but if you're interested in yoga and you've never tried it, Susie Grossman is coming to town. And so she'll be doing a yoga class at First Christian Church on the 24th of October. That is a Sunday at 8:30.
Okay.
And it is a suggested donation of $8. Again, if you want more information on that, you call the 575-513-8119. And look at this number is wrong. 8119. Well, we're going to fix that on the flyer. We do provide the mats and the props. So if you've never tried it, this is a perfect time to come out.
Absolutely.
And just see what it's like.
If you're finding yourself getting mad at everything, like you to go get on and get mad, maybe take some yoga. That might help.
That's what I should have done yesterday. I should have stood in tree pose when the Browns were playing. I would have been a lot better off.
A little bit.
Woo!
By the way, I got to ask, do you? Because you're friends with the yoga lady right here.
Mm-hmm.
She a fan of the show Big Bang Theory?
Yes.
She is. Okay. Wallowitz.
Yes.
Are you a fan of the show?
Yes.
Okay. Wallowitz in school had a girlfriend named Marcy Grossman, and he said he wrote a song about her, and it was talking about my girl, and he's like, my girl, Marcy Grossman.
Yeah.
So when you keep saying her name, all I keep going back to is his song about Marcy Grossman.
Mm-hmm. I believe her cousin's name is that.
So
My friends.
you got to share her with her. It's like,
Yes.
hey, you're a big fan. But she probably knows if she's a fan of the show. So I just, every time you say her name, I think of that Marcy Grossman Wallowitz thing. So that's just my
Yep,
head.
I will definitely share that with her. Her husband will love it.
Well, thank you very much. I'm sure you got to get to work now and do your day job stuff.
I do.
So they actually want to pay you to do those things. So that'd be good. But thank you very much. We'll see you next week here. And folks, again, get your tickets, roswelltheater.com. Even if you're kind of on the fence, you're like, I don't know about, Simon and Gar. Trust me, it's going to be a great show. You're going to probably go and then hear songs like, I didn't even realize that was Simon and Garfunkel, or because you can't throw a wall without hitting one of their hits. It's just
They
so
do
many
have
of
a
them.
clip online. So if you want to look up Swearing, you can say it better than me. Swearingen and Kelly.
Yeah.
You can listen to them. They have a small clip of them singing Simon and Garfunkel. So if you want a little taste of it, go online and hear them, and then buy your ticket.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
We'll see you here next time, okay?
All right. Thanks, Mike.